Welcome back, friends and neighbors. How we doing tonight? Hey, found out I had a little extra time to kill. Figured do another short video. I think I'm going to call this my favorite go-to carry, get the hell off me, come to Jesus meeting, backup guns, and just general fun stuff. Broke out 6 of my favorite carry firearms, backup guns. Going to do a little video on them. I'll explain a little more after we show you a few pictures. Going to give you a close-up look of all of them sitting there in one spot. Tell you what we're working with, the ammunition that I normally carry in them, and we're just going to have a little discussion. And I hope you enjoy the video. And I'm wondering if anybody's going to leave a comment like, hey, where the hell are your overalls? I don't make very many videos that I'm not wearing them, but sometimes, you know, you go out and you have some dinner with somebody, you want to look a little nicer. So yeah, black t-shirt, a new one, fresh collar. Yeah, baby. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at these weapons and some of the ammunition that I carry and use in them. And we'll get on with the show. Thanks for stopping by. Here it comes. Alright, here we got all my little all-time favorites up here in one picture. The ones we're going to talk about. Rough and Rowdy, Bond Arms. 2-shot Derringer, but it's heavy-duty stainless steel. 45 long Colt, or for you purists, 45 Colt. Walther PP, stands for police pistol. It's not the PPK, it's got just a little more length right here. 32 auto, 7 shots. Not a bad little quick get me out of here gun. Beretta Model 84 Cheetah 380, 13 round double stack mag. Get an extra mag in your pocket, one in the pipe. You can hold out for a minute or two with that. One of my favorite competition pistols, and it's a damn fine duty weapon and a carry pistol. Kimber. Target stainless 2. 38 super auto. Single stack mag, but when you got 3 mags, it's a go-getter. Browning. Buckmark. 22 auto. One of my favorites. Fine shooting little piece, really accurate, a lot of fun, really good practice gun. Plus a fine backup gun when you're hunting. And last but not least, certainly, Smith & Wesson Model 58 41 mag. This one is circa early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, and I love this little piece. Fine gun. Anyway, let's take a look at the ammunition now. See what that looks like. Okay, got the ammunition set left to right, smallest to biggest. That first one's going to be your Winchester Super X 39 grain. Soft lead, no jacket, 22 long rifle. Good hunting round, good target round. Next one is going to be your 32 ACP. That's a 60 grain XTP 32 auto by Hornady. It's got a hollow core and it has jacket serrations to aid in expansion. Next to it is the 380 ACP. That's Hornady as well, critical defense, and that's a 90 grain bullet. And it has not only a hollow cavity, but it actually has a small rubber plug that drives back on impact and helps aid in rapid expansion. Next to it is one of my competition loads from our 38 Super Auto. That's a 125 grain Hornady HAP, Hornady Action Pistol projectile, and it's made for competition. It's a soft lead core with a thin copper jacket and a shallow hollow tip. It's designed that way so you can hit steel with it and it'll just obliterate itself, but I guarantee you, I have made spine shots at 80 yards on hogs and knocked them down, and they didn't get up and go anywhere. So it's a badass little round. Next to it is the Speer Gold Dot 41 Magnum 210 grain hollow point. And I guarantee you, if you want to go out and shoot black bears, that pistol will do it. And last but not least, the quintessential 150-year-old man stopper, 255 grain soft lead blue whistling Colt 45, baby. When it comes to getting somebody off of you, that will literally slap them off of you. Badass little round. All right, let's talk about them a little. 22 long rifle, you're going to have a standard velocity 1060 or 1070. On your 32 auto, you're going to be running about 830, 850 on that, maybe 860 on this. On your 380, you're up to 950, 960 feet per second. On this round, I shoot it at 1325 feet per second. That's just almost 357 Magnum velocities out of a straight-walled semi-auto case. I guarantee you, that has some punch. On that Speer Gold Dot, has an established or published muzzle velocity just under 1300 feet per second. That'll snap the hell out of you. And on the 45 Colt, it's relatively low at 750, 760 feet per second. But when it's 255 grains of soft lead, when it hits you, I guarantee you it's like somebody hitting you with a baseball bat. It's going to move you and move you hard. All right. Let's talk about them. Welcome back, folks. What's going on today? Hope y'all are having a good day and a good night. We're certainly getting better here in central Oklahoma. That big blizzard we had a few days back, just about every bit of that snow was melted off in the backyard. I ain't never seen 11, 12 inches of snow go away so damn fast. But I'm thankful for it and I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, I like snow, but whew, man, blizzards ain't no fun. But still, a lot of towns around here got water woes. Infrastructure really got tested, and a lot of towns found out exactly where their weak points were. So yeah, we're slowly but surely we're coming back here in central Oklahoma. Found out I had a little extra time to kill and got all of my annealing and reloading done that I needed to do from a Precision 243, and I thought, well, you know, a guy was talking to me the other day. I was down at the gun store Saturday, and we're sitting around talking, and inevitably, it always turns to, you know, my favorite's this, and I carry one of these, and oh, well, I like these better because they're better than this, and you know, everybody's got their opinion, and everybody's got one. They're all welcome to them. It's fun. It's, you know, nothing we get in arguments about. And sometimes, you know, you kind of learn something. But anyway, it kind of made me think, and, you know, I was like, you know, I'll just do a little video on some of my favorite carry and backup guns that I use on a regular basis. Now, before we start picking up guns and looking at them, bear in mind, I've already checked all these weapons to ensure that they are all completely and totally unloaded. All the ammunition is out. And I will be emplacing an empty magazine to demonstrate the difference between two small semi-autos that I've got. But it's unloaded as well. So all you people out there that like to, oh my God, you're pointing a gun at the camera. Well, unless you're behind the camera, I don't think you got much to worry about. And if it looks like I'm pointing it at me, I'm not. Remember, camera angles are funny. they can be deceiving. I am not literally not going to point intentionally a weapon loaded or unloaded directly at myself. Okay, unless I'm maintaining or cleaning it and it requires me to look down a barrel, and if so, rest assured, I know it's unloaded. Okay, just get that out of the way. But I got 6 of them out here that I carry quite regularly, and most of the time, what determines what I carry is how I'm dressed and what I'm going to go do, the activity that I'm going to be involved in when I leave the house. Rest assured, if I leave the house to go to the mailbox, there's a pistol in my pocket. I am armed. When I walk out that door, I'm armed. I don't live in a bad neighborhood. I don't live in a bad town. But anytime a bad guy does something, he doesn't necessarily concentrate on doing it close to his house. Okay, so things can move around quite a bit. All right, so with those little notices out of the way, everybody assured that I'm being safe and I'm not going to hurt myself or the person that's non-existent behind the camera. Don't worry. The first one that goes with me just about everywhere I go is this little puppy right here. Now, you've seen it in previous videos. It's the Bond Arms Rough and Rowdy stainless steel 2-shot Derringer in .45 Colt. And I tell you what, we'll discuss the pros and cons of each unit as we pick them up, and we won't be long-winded about them. Pros: small, goes in a pants pocket, unnoticeable almost. It's a little bulkier than most Derringers are, but for the most part, you can slide that in a little pants pocket holster, just a slide sleeve, and throw it in. If your pants aren't super tight like Engelbert Humperdinck or Tom Jones, nobody's going to know you got it. It is stainless steel. It ain't going to rust up in your pocket, getting carried, you know, on hot and warm days, and you get a little sweaty down there in your pants pocket. But it also fits real good in a lightweight jacket or a heavy jacket. Slide your hand right in there and grab that puppy and be on it quick. Cons: 2 shots. But, as we said, it is .45 Colt. That's a 255 grain soft lead blue whistler, and I guarantee you, if it's an up close and personal get off of me kind of situation, this is going to do it. This one also shoots .410, but I did a little video on that, and no, I don't like shooting .410 out of it because it can be a little iffy on detonation for the primers, so I just carry the .45 Colt in it, and it does a fine job. Next one. This is the Walther PP police pistol in .32 auto. Now, this is the one where I'm telling you about I have to emplace a magazine. This magazine is empty. There's nothing in it. But you need the magazine on this particular weapon so that you can lock the slide to the rear, because it has no manually operated slide lock lever. That's the only way you can do it that I know of, unless somebody knows a different way. Now, this is a really, really nice circa 71 Elkhorn, made in West Germany at the ULM Doe factory in .32 ACP. Now, yeah, it's about smaller than .45, but there's 7 shots in this puppy. Actually 8 with one in the pipe. Shoots that .32 ACP, and you can get that cartridge in bullet weights ranging from 60 up to 73, 75 grains. So, you know, does pretty good. Has a pretty good muzzle velocity. It's slim. And hey, if it was good enough for James Bond, shaken, not stirred. Pros and cons. Well, let's do the pros. Very well made weapon, made by a company that had been making pistols for a long time. Has a really nice, really deep, very smooth, very beautiful shiny blue black finish on it. Good plastic grips, good and tough. The nice thing that I really like about this weapon is the fact that it's a lot like your Beretta 92s in that it has a decock safety on the slide, just like a Beretta does. That's handy. I like that. That's a good pro. You can set this weapon up just like you want it. It's got, you know, sights aren't too awful god small, but still, this is an up close and personal, come to Jesus meeting kind of gun. This isn't one that you want to get in a protracted gun battle with. But if you got one in the pipe, 7 in the mag, and an extra mag in your pocket, you can hold out for a minute or two. You can get to cover or away. And that's really your main intent in a self-defense situation. Get the bad guy off of you, get away from him. Get him away from you. It is double action, or it can be single action. Obviously, when you're firing, bang, slide operates, weapon stays to the rear, you're still in single action. You're done, just hit that decock, and you're set. Throw it back off safe, and you're ready to go double action again with the hammer down. That's handy. Pretty decent little unit, and I like it, and I carry it from time to time. And this pistol, actually, I gave it to my dad some years back as a concealed carry pistol, but he found something that he wanted to carry that was a little different. And you know, he's getting up there in years. He wanted something that had a little more slide to grab a hold of and wasn't as hard to pull back, and so he got him something different. So this is back in the safe. This is one I really take a lot of care of, and I don't carry it often. We spoke about how, you know, what I carry is determined a lot of times by how I'm going to dress and the activity that I'm going to do. If I were to carry this one, it would be because I was wearing slacks or a nice jacket and wasn't going to be out and about where it would get, you know, accidentally wet or dropped in the mud or dirty or bounced around on anything. I take very good care of it. Okay, you know, some of y'all are saying, hey, look, he's not wearing overalls. He wears overalls in every damn video he makes. Well, sometimes, you know, you got to go out with a friend to catch a little dinner and you want to look nice, and just a nice little gun for looking nice. I mean, hell, James Bond's pretty damn suave with it. Now, cons. You have to put an empty mag. You have to have an empty magazine in there to lock that slide back. It's kind of a pain, but you know, they weren't really worried about it. It does break down rather easily. It field strips right out, and you use this. That's pretty cool. Trigger guard is actually what you use on that takedown. But you know, yeah, that's kind of a pain. But hey, no biggie. It's 32 auto. It's not a big romping, stomping, common use caliber anymore. That round has been around since the late 1890s. It has. There's a lot of people that go, 32 auto has them. Yes, it has. With the advent of smokeless powders, 32 auto was made, I believe, either 95 or 99, and it was actually usable as a semi-rimmed cartridge case in revolvers that fired 32 Smith. But there were companies making 32 ACP pistols, semi-autos, And they were very popular from that period all the way up to the 1920s, late 1920s, 1940s. Colt made a pistol in .32 auto, the 03 pocket. Badass little guns, and they're cool, and they work good. But, you know, it's not a mainstream cartridge anymore, and when you do find ammunition for it, it's a little more expensive than some of the other more common calibers, if you can find ammo for anything nowadays. Other than that, there aren't any other cons that I could think of, because it's a damn fine pistol. Alright. Now we'll move up. Looks almost like the last one I had in my hand. This is the Beretta Model 84 BB. This one is from the early to mid 70s. The BB designation means that basically two things, and I did a video on this, so I won't go on ad infinitum on it. White dots on the front and rear sight, and an extended serration line for cocking. But this is a 380 ACP, which is much more common, and when ammo is plentiful, a little easier to find than .32 auto, and when ammo is plentiful, not as expensive. Now, the ammunition I carry in it is Hornady Critical Defense or SIG Elite, and man, that's good stuff, and it pops a hole. Obviously, on this weapon, you have a slide lock lever, so you don't have to put an empty magazine in it. I love these little pistols. I've had several of them. I'm going to keep this one around. Pros, double stack magazine. 13 rounds of 380, one in the pipe, and a spare magazine in your pocket, and you can last for a little bit. Judicial use of your ammunition and cover, and you can last for a little bit. But it's still a small weapon. I carry this one a lot of times. Throw it in my coat pocket, throw it in my overalls. If I'm going to be out and about in the truck or out at the farm, just a little pocket pistol, something to have handy. Maybe in the console, fits right nice in that console. I'm not worried about if it gets a little something on it. It's a good tough pistol. It's got some wear marks on it that were there when I picked it up, so I'm not worried about keeping it pretty. But I do like the fact that it is more or less just like the Walther. First round, double action, or when you're firing, it's single. That's nice. Just a little reset, bam, you're back at it. Now, unlike the Walther, and unlike its bigger brothers, the 92s, the 96s, this weapon has a safety, but it is not on the slide, it's on the lower frame. And it is not a decocking safety. All it does is lock the slide and freewheel the trigger. It does not decock. So you have to kind of stay mindful of that. Something you got to remember. But it's a really nice weapon. It fills my big old hands real well. When I've got that mag in there, I've got a solid grip. And like I said, 380, it's still kind of pocket pistol caliber domain, but with that critical defense, 950, 960, it's starting to pack a wallet. And like I said, you got 14 of them. Cons? God, I don't know if I can come up with one other than just the fact that, you know, no decock. Magazine release button is real handy. Slow as the slide lock lever. It is functional all day long. It's just cat daddy. Very accurate little pistol too. I've fired it. It is accurate as hell. If I'm going to carry that, like I said, I'm not worried about marring it up too much. Now, my baby. You can tell I'm kind of proud of it. Let's make sure. Alright. Kimber. Target stainless 2. in 38 Super Auto. Now it is single stack, but I love 38 Super Auto. If you load that round up right with some 124 or 125 grain hollow points and the right powder, you can achieve 357 Magnum velocities, light 357 Magnum velocities out of that cartridge. And this is a 10-shot single stack mag, one in the pipe and 2 extra mags. Yeah, you can get a lot of people off of you, and it is accurate as hell. And of course, you can see it's got the Bomar style fully adjustable sight set up for competition, but you put that in the right holster, this don't snag up on nothing. Stainless steel all the way around except for just a couple of pieces. Real nice Pacmar rubber grips. Now, I've tuned this weapon up some. Extended magazine release button. Aftermarket trigger, set really light. I guarantee you that trigger's no more than 2 1/8. Maybe just a straight 2 now. Extended beaver tail, grip safety, gets that good muscle memory right there. Love that. Of course, it's got all your basic 1911 parts. It is not ambidextrous on the safety. I really don't need that. Don't care for it. Full length guide spring rod. This thing runs like a top, and I could drag out all my trophies and show them to you, but you're not interested in those, and I'm not here to brag. But it's a fun gun. It's a fine shooting gun, and I guarantee you this will get people off of you. Now, what are the circumstances when I carry this? If I'm going just about anywhere, if it isn't on me, it's in my bug out bag in the side pocket, ready for use. When I hit that truck, and especially if I hit the road to go anywhere further than a couple miles from home, that bug out bag is with me, and that means this weapon is with me. I've got at least 8 or 9 different holsters that I can put on belts or shoulder rigs or in the pant or behind the back, and I can wear this puppy all day long. And it's enjoyable, and it's very accurate. I tried for 10 minutes before I started the video to come up with a con. And the only con I can think of is I don't have 2 of them. Everything else is all pro to me, as a competition gun should be. Fine little unit. Now, this next one, fun little gun. Browning Buckmark, the new style, the new version. But it's set up, target sights. It's not your just regular old one. It's empty. Got that nice Buckmark trigger, target trigger on it. Good overmolded rubber grips, finger holes. This is an accurate little pistol, and it has a really good balance for that barrel length, that little 4-inch barrel length. 10-shot magazine, 1 in the pipe, an extra magazine on standby, and you can take care of a lot of snakes real fast with this puppy. Very accurate. I like it. 22 caliber, and it'll eat any 22 caliber ammunition you want to throw in it. It will. It just, like most semi-autos, it has a slide lock lever over here, and it has a safety. Obviously, it's not double action. It's always single action. But it's a fine little piece. And I can't think of anything that I don't like about it. From the standpoint of a defense weapon, the only halfway con you could come up with would be the fact that it's 22 caliber. But don't let that small number fool you. More people, especially if they're involved in organized crime in New York, Chicago, or St. Louis, Kansas City, are killed with 22 long rifle pistols than you would ever imagine. It's a small round, but if you put it in the proper place on the target, it's just as deadly as any hand cannon you've got hanging in your safe. I guarantee you. I can't think of a con about this. I just like the hell out of it. Now, I haven't carried that on my person much, just out and about in normal everyday situations, but I do carry it with me in hunting situations, when I'm fishing, things like that. That's real handy. If you got a little critter, little varmint, snake, something that you need to take care of and dispatch fairly quietly, that's the way to do it. It'll do its job. Do it well and do it accurately. Now, I kind of say this one for last because it is one of my favorites, but it is a Safe Queen. I do carry it from time to time, but I always make sure that when I'm going to carry it, that it is nice outside and that it's in a really, really, really high grade, high quality holster. And I clean her up. I don't care how dusty it did or did not get. It's a Smith & Wesson Model 58 41 mag. This is a late 69 or 70 circa. Got that real pretty dark, deep black, shiny blue on it. I mean, they don't, nobody blues a gun like that anymore. They just don't do it. 4-inch barrel, duty style, nice heavy barrel, good heavy frame. It's actually on the end frame, same frame they put a 44 mag on, but it's just a 41 mag. Swing out cylinder, like any other Smith & Wesson revolver you ever looked at. And this is just a really, really fine old weapon. This weapon's over 50 years old, and it don't look like it's ever been out of the box hardly. Original small grips, really dark walnut. Just a fine, fine little gun. Now, like I said, when I carry it, this is one of those that I carry when I'm kind of, you know, in a, not Dapper Dan mode, but more like a really feeling kind of classic. Feeling kind of want to do some throwback. Like, you know, just, you know, old school frame of mind. And let's face it, 41 Magnum, that gets some work done in a hurry. Now, compared, with the exception of the Bond, to these other pistols, I guess you could say the one con that I could think of for this pistol would be the fact that it's just 6 shots instead of 8 or 14 or 12, 11 or 12. But I tell you what, when you start launching 210 grain Spear gold dots out of this puppy, the first shot, you're going to have everybody's attention, especially the bad guy. And it is accurate as hell. I just love this piece, but I want it to stay pretty, so I don't take it out much. I don't shoot it much. Just now and then. That's all it takes. And like I said, when I do carry it, I'm kind of in a throwback Thursday old school, yeah, I just want to go a little bit badass today. So that's how I do that. And like I said, the only con I can think of for that weapon would be just 6 shots, but I carry 3 extra speed loaders. So that's 24 rounds. That's essentially half a box of ammunition. And I guarantee you, if 24 rounds of 41 mag Spear Gold Dot won't get you out of the situation you're in, you should have been getting your hands on an AR or a shotgun a couple speed loaders ago, because you are in deep doo-doo, buddy, and you don't need to be trying to do it all with a pistol. But that's my little family of ooh-ah-gee-gaws and my little carry units and what I like to do with them. And like I said, they all have a kind of a genre for the day and how I dress that I use them for, and you know, they have their good points, they have the drawbacks. All of them do. It's really hard to find a gun that you can say is just absolutely the most all-around perfect gun, and it's the be-all, end-all. That's hard to do, because you can sit around having gun shop discussions for hours and throw the points back and forth all day long. Like I said, at 22, if you don't take out a blood-bearing vital organ, yeah, you know, center lung hit, aorta, the apricot in through the nose, yeah, you have to fire a few rounds. But it'll get the job done, and shot placement is key on small bullets. Everything else there, I guarantee you get somebody off of it pretty damn quick. And, you know, like I said, some of them are dual purpose. That 22, it's good self-defense, and it's a good backup gun when you're hunting. You need, you know, you got a wounded critter, you need to dispatch it, and you don't want to shoot it again with a 30-06. That's handy. 38 Super's the same way. It's a damn fine man stopper. It's a damn fine carry weapon. I've carried it as a duty weapon. It's a damn fine competition weapon. All around. But there's somebody that'll always say, well, if you do this, if you had this, you know. It's just hard to say, but that's my little collection on the stuff that I carry most of the time. And like I said, regardless of where I'm going and what I'm doing, if I leave the house, I've got 1 or 2, sometimes 3 of those. If I'm going extended all day, all night, yeah, I grab that bug out bag. That Kimber is in the side pocket. That Beretta is in the console. And that Derringer is in my pants pocket. And there's an AR pistol platform and 300 blackout back there in the back seat. If I can't get extricated from the bad shit that happens with all that, well, when your number's up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a little short video on that kind of stuff. Now, this is not meant to be a tutorial. This isn't telling you. This isn't me saying these are the ones you got to get. This is the caliber you got to trust. This is what you need. I'm not saying that at all. This is just my selection for what works for me and how I like to do it. I'm not telling you how to do anything. I'm not telling you what to carry. I'm not telling you what to like. I'm not telling you that these are better than your choices would be. That's not what I'm saying. A lot of people like to leave comments. They immediately start to critique and say, yeah, but this, and yeah, but that. I understand. You have an opinion. And if you voice it correctly in a comment, you don't come off sounding like an anal port. But think about what you're typing and what you're saying and how you say it. People won't misunderstand you then. And they'll actually have a little more respect for what you're saying if you couch your comment correctly. Now, I'm not going to critique you on that. If I don't like your comment, I'll hide it or I'll block you. And if it's too bad, I'll report you. It's my page, and I don't monetize, so I'm not here for the money. Anyway, I'm glad you guys stopped by. I hope everybody's staying COVID-free. Hope everybody here in Oklahoma and down in Texas and Arkansas, hope that snow's finally melted off all the way like it is here. Yeah, we don't, that backyard's just nothing but grass and tennis court now. Well, tundra. It's tundra. It's muddy as hell. You wouldn't want to walk on it. Wouldn't be any fun. You'd need muck boots for that. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys have a great night. Be good to yourselves. Be good to your friends and your family. Stay out of that COVID shit. Keep your eye on the gun stores. I don't know how long we're going to be without factory ammo. And thank God I load for everything I have, and I don't have too big of a problem with it. Some of you folks that don't, when you get the chance and it all gets back and it's up to normal levels, invest in reloading equipment, okay? Invest in the equipment to make your own ammunition, in the components for the things you have to load for right now. Get those components when they become available, because right now it's hard to even find reloading components. I saw primers priced at a price I never thought I'd see them priced at on Gunbroker. And although some people might be selling some of their primer stock just simply so they can help others out, when you're selling a 1,000 count carton of CCI large pistol primers for $200 plus, because you're just going to let people bid it up to that, you're not helping anybody but yourself, and you're just a pirate, okay? Don't be a pirate. They used to hang pirates, you know. All right, y'all have a great night. Be careful, be safe. Thanks for stopping by. Drop a comment down there in the comment section. Let me know how you think, what you feel. See you later. Bye.